Hello everybody, it's Aubrey from the Love Assembly here. I get asked quite often how I take and how I edit my Instagram photos for the Love Assembly, so today I thought I'd show you how I do that and also a peek inside my iPhone 6. So this is my iPhone 6 and I have this cover on it at the moment, which is a beautiful banana leaf print in different shades of green. If you've been watching any of my other videos, you'll know how much I love it. And then on the front, oh, excuse my one disco nail. It's the only nail with glitter on it at the moment. So on the front, I also have a beautiful green, leafy and florally wallpaper, and it says, I don't know if you can read that, but it says, "If you're a bird, I'm a bird." So yeah, let's take a look inside. So inside I have only really 2 pages, and it's kind of, I would say, an organized mess. So there's 2 pages of apps, and so on the first line up there I have the calendar, clock, information, and then settings on the top right. Information is pretty much just maps, weather, stocks and consume, where you can track your expenditure for your mobile plan. I don't actually use that really anymore, but it's still in there. And then on the second line I have notes, the App Store, calculator and transport. So in transport I have TripGo for trains and trams in Melbourne, Uber and Passbook. And then on the third line I have quote book. So I am like, I love quotes, movie quotes, life quotes, inspirational quotes, anything like that. I bought this app and I put all my quotes in there. I'm actually a little bit upset because when I upgraded to the iPhone 6, all of my quotes got deleted. So I've had to resave some quotes, but I've only got a few there in at the moment. But if you're a quote lover like I am, I think you'll love that app as well. It's called Quote Book. And then I have Connect. So Connect is Viber, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Mail and WhatsApp. And then next to that I have Finance. So Finance is pretty much just like your banking things. So Qantas Cash, Commonwealth Bank, Ubank and PayPal. And then Messages. And then the fourth line I have on the left, I have a folder that's called Blogging. So it's pretty much just got things that I need for blogging, which is WordPress, reward style and podcasts. And then on the right of that I have photography. So photography, video and social media, that's probably the main 3 that I use. So photography, I have a lot of apps. I have 8mm, which is like a video app that lets you film videos and then put different filters on them and make them look a little bit more old school. So if you've watched my India travel diary, I actually used 8mm to film everything in India, and then I did up the video clip with that app. So I'll link it down below so you can see. And then VSCOcam or ViscoCam, if I don't know how you pronounce it, but I've got that as well, which I love. And then Square Ready, which is pretty much if you have like a landscape photograph or a portrait photograph, you can put it into a square, especially for Instagram. And then videos, Flipagram, which creates a flipagram of different photos or videos for you to upload onto Instagram. Get out of there. Picture Show, which is another photography app. Fonto, which is a photo app that lets you write text on top of your photos. So I'll show you, here's a couple that are on the feed. Sketchbook, another app that lets you write on top of your photos, but not in text, more of like if you wanted to scribble something across. And then Enlight as well. And then next to that is video apps. So I've got Vont, which is pretty much the video version of Fonto. So it lets you put text on top of your videos. And then Square Ready Video, so it's pretty much like Square Ready for photo but for video, so you can crop it into putting it into a square for Instagram. Capture for YouTube, Movie Pro and iMovie, which came with the iPhone 6. And then social media, I have pretty much the usual, so Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest on the top line. You can follow The Love Assembly on Facebook, Twitter and Pinterest, and it's just at The Love Assembly. The second line I have Pages, which is for The Love Assembly page, YouTube, which is The Love Assembly as well, MailChimp for our newsletters that we send out, Snapchat, Instagram and Latergram on the bottom line. So Snapchat is not The Love Assembly. You can follow me on Aubrey Love Love. And then Instagram is The Love Assembly, which is my favorite social media platform really at the moment. And then Latergram, which lets you schedule your Instagram. So you schedule your Instagram, you put the photo in, and then it just gives you a reminder pop up for you to post it. So it doesn't do it automatically, it just gives you a reminder. And I like it because, I mean, I hate looking at feeds and then receiving like no update, and then the next day maybe an account has like 5 photos all at once. It's like, I don't like that. I like it when it's quite consistent. So it's nice to space your Instagram photos out. And then on the 5th line we have Dropbox, which is pretty much like a storage software that you can store pretty much anything, like all of your files. And then I have Shazam. I don't have Shazam in my music folder to the right because I've always found that when I hear a song and I really, really like it, I'm always like trying to look for the Shazam app. So I have that out there. So when I hear something, I kind of just like open it to the front page and then I can just go boom and find out what the song is. And then so music has got some of the things that came with the iPhone 6 already, so like iTunes, GarageBand music, and then I've also got Spotify music download for SoundCloud and SoundCloud. So if you want to follow me on SoundCloud as well, my profile is Aubrey Love. So that's that. And then I have photos, so photos are right down here. I have Google Drive on the bottom left hand corner, and then I have Afterlight, which is a photography app as well, and it's out of the photography folder because that's the photo app that I use the most. On the bottom I have phone, Gmail for my emails, Safari and camera. And then on the next page, these are like most of the things on the second page I don't really use, and I really just focus on the first page. That's why everything's kind of just on there. Okay, got a message. And then so for the second page I have business, which is Keynote, Invoice to Go, Pages, Numbers, Tiny Scan and Shake. Those pretty much all came with the iPhone 6. And then I have reading, Game Center and extras. Extras is sort of the things that just came with the iPhone 6 as well. On the second line I have find my iPhone. So if I lose my iPhone, I can, obviously I haven't yet, but if I do, then hopefully I can use that to track where it is. I have eBay, reminders and translate, so Google Translate. Third line I have sheets, documents, characters and Just Dance. Just Dance is actually quite interesting. It's an app where you can verse someone in dancing. So you hook it up to your computer or your TV, and then you get a set of steps to dance to, and you have to hold your iPhone and do the moves, and then you get a score and everything. So that's pretty fun if you want to try that. And then lastly, I have Meetup, which is a range of events and like groups and different things with people with different interests, and yeah, you can join up and see if there's any interests that meetups that you would like to go to. And then I have ruler free, because sometimes I just need a ruler, and I randomly just downloaded that because I needed to measure something. And then a Maysim as well. So that's pretty much what is on my iPhone. And then I'll show you also how I edit my Instagram photos. So let's choose a photo. Earlier I mentioned that I use Afterlight the most, and that is where we'll go into. So go into Afterlight and I choose a photo that I want to edit. So let's say, look at that panda, cute. Anyway, we'll choose this photo. So I recently got a package from New York City from Madewell, and it's a few little travel goodies for my upcoming trip, so I'll use that. I've done a flat lay, but I haven't edited it, so this is it unedited. It's like even on the side. So when I go into Afterlight, I pretty much, first thing I do would be to straighten it. So that's straightened, and then make it a little bit straighter if it's like off balance. And then I pretty much just go to the brightness. I'll just really play around with the brightness and contrast. So brightness, I like it to be super bright, not like extremely bright, but the vibe that you sort of get from the Love Assembly Instagram is supposed to be fresh, clean, and colorful in photography. So this is quite sort of on the bright, minimalist side. So that's quite bright. And then I'll go to contrast and like just play around with it for a bit. Probably glow like 25, 26 for contrast. And then I usually go a little bit brighter when I do the contrast. This is sort of just how I play around with it. And then I also use on the very end, which is the sharpening tool. So I'll go probably like a 31 for the sharpening tool, and then maybe I'll go a little bit brighter. And use the contrast. Yeah, so then that's pretty much it. Then I would go done, save to camera roll. And so it's saved in my cameras. So this is the new photo that's been edited on Afterlight, and this was the old one. You can see how much more brighter it is and a little bit more crisp and clean. So then I'll upload it onto Instagram or Latergram if I have a few shots that I want to spread out. And when I upload it onto Instagram, sometimes I like to play around with it also. So I'll upload it onto Instagram, click next, and then I really just use this spanner here. So there's a spanner which you can change the brightness again, and then the warmth. Don't really play around with the warmth, but sometimes I do, and give it, especially on for your skin tone, it's nice to be a little bit more warmer. And then the contrast again. And then, yeah, that's pretty much good to go. So, and then I'll click next, and I will tag people. So here we have Serial Magazine. The top will tag Madewell. This is Sunbum. Sunbum sunscreen. This notebook is public supply.
And then the chocolate, which is Raka chocolate. I haven't actually tasted it before, but it's actually really nice. It's a coconut milk chocolate. It's dark chocolate, but it's got a hint of coconut in it. It's really nice. So yeah, I'll tag the items and then I'll click done. And then I'll write my little caption in. From New York City. Yeah, I'll write my little caption in and I'll click OK and then I'll click share and then share it straight away. So that's how I edit my Instagram photos. It's really all about the brightness, the contrast and the sharpness of it. So I use Afterlight and also the Instagram app as well. So I hope you picked up a few tips along the way. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you did, and leave a comment down below if you have any editing tips or apps that you'd love to share. I'd really love to hear about them. And don't forget to hit the red button down below and subscribe to the Love Assembly so you don't miss out on our videos every week. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!